What's up, man? It's the Bronco at the Frog coming at you with another reaction video. Man, it's been a lot of surprising upcoming stars, as do every World Cup that done came to the forefront already with these 1.5 rounds of the World Cup have been played. 10 biggest surprise stars of the World Cup so far. Go subscribe to Gold 90 Extra and Gold 90. Y'all know what time it is. I'm gonna go ahead and give you my off the top head. We got Cape Verde goalkeeper, even though he got slumped out by Uruguay last game. We have Balogun, even though he didn't necessarily have a good second game, but he been teaming up for the United States of America. Cody, I ain't even gonna bring Cody Gakpo name back there. F that. And we ain't believing in Cody Gakpo right now. His come up was the 2022 World Cup, but somehow, some way, this man is back to his form. When he has that Netherlands kid on, bro, I don't know what it is. This man be playing nuts. Oh, Unda, big ass. Denise Unda. Yeah, that big ass nigga up, superstar, rising. Who else finna get paid off of this summer? It's somebody else who teamed up. I know Bribey just dropped the brace, but that was tap-in braces. I'm not really moved by that. Other than that, it's like, I'm pretty sure. Oh, what happened to that Morocco midfielder that everybody was talking about after that Brazil game? I don't feel like, Morocco haven't played. Yeah, they played their second match. I don't think, I haven't heard, I didn't see anybody raving over him again. So, but yeah, that's the 5 that come to mind that, everybody was talking about had the world by storm. So yeah, hey, let's see what goes down.
We're now done with the first round of matches at the ongoing World Cup.
Great first round.
We have seen every team play at least.
Curacao goalkeeper Eloy Room, and crazy thing is, I met that dude before. At the Gold Cup, I got it on footage. I can show y'all, or just go look at my Curacao video. I met that Elroy Room dude before. I'm telling you, another goalkeeper. All of the small nation goalkeepers been going stupid.
Tournament. Of course, the usual suspects like Lionel Messi and Kylian Mbappe have shone, but there are some players who have already taken the world by storm with their performances, and it is those ones we're here to talk about today.
Yeah, man.
These are the 10
biggest
stars of the 2026 World Cup so far. We'll start with a man named Vozinha.
Come on now, Vozinha.
Not many knew who he was coming into this tournament, but he is absolutely blown up after match day
that man
one.
That man Vozinha is probably like the most followed. It is so. All right. So when he started getting all these followers, everybody, bro, he already has more followers in football than American football. He has more followers than Tom Brady, than Patrick Mahomes. Like, duh, bro. It's the World Cup. The whole world is watching. He had a great performance, so everybody is finna follow him. And then everybody was following herd mentality. The world is a whole bunch of followers, not leaders. They just following what everybody else doing and jumping his followers up. Why y'all ain't jump Elroy Room followers up like that? Why y'all ain't do that? Why my boy Eloy ain't got the amount of followers that's been seen you got? Because it wasn't a part of the trend. It's all about trends. Hey, bring out that guap. Guess who got more guap? I bet you Pat Mahomes got more guap. I bet you Tom Brady got more guap. Hey, do you want money or do you want followers? Go ahead.
The goalkeeper was up against the toughest of opponents in the group opener, but he gave a very good account of himself. He made 7 saves and kept a clean sheet against the champions of Europe, Spain, who are also one of the favorites to win this year's tournament.
But the thing is, that was a different Spain. Spain with Lamine Yamal is a whole different beast. And Mean Mall was in that game. I feel like, bro, they got slumped out. I'm just keeping it real. You seen how Spain just looked against Saudi Arabia. Slumped them out because Mean Mall was in there. That Oyarzabal got that player boost off of Mean Mall.
Was named man of the match as he spoiled Spain's party in what was Cabo Verde's first ever World Cup match.
Shout out them.
Nobody was looking out for him, but the 40-year-old turned into an actual superhero, making history by becoming the oldest goalkeeper to keep a clean sheet on his World Cup debut. That one game shot Vozinha into worldwide fame. The goalkeeper came into the tournament with just over 45,000 followers on Instagram.
And now
he has over 12 million followers. He is surely on top of the world right now. No matter how it ends for Cabo Verde, he has surely had a surreal experience. Another guy who
now
is on
the
top
question,
of the world right now.
I haven't heard of the Alien Just dude. Now the question, I don't think I have. Now the question is, after the World Cup is over, what are all of those followers gonna do? Now when he posts, a lot of the followers probably not even going to interact with his post, and it's just going to be an influx of ghost followers who follow just because of trends,
He is surely on top of the world right now, and no matter how it ends,
I know how this stuff get down, baby. I know how it get
experience. Another guy who is on top of the world right now is Elijah
Just.
The 26-year-old New Zealand winger was largely unknown.
Oh, that's the dude who
but in his first World Cup game, he announced himself to the world with a brace against Iran to help his country win their first World Cup points in 16 years.
That's what's up.
With those 2 goals, became the first player from New Zealand to score a brace at the FIFA World Cup.
That's what's up.
But it wasn't just that he scored 2 goals, it was also about the quality of the goals.
Did New Zealand, they played
really goals,
yesterday,
which made
right?
Sit up and take notice of the young man. Another player,
Hold on. The Ethan Just dude, I'm pretty sure, didn't Egypt just slimed him out? Egypt indeed just slumped him out 3-1. Where was the Just dude? Shout out Just. He did have a great brace, but we all about consistency over here at Afro Boys FC. It's all about consistency, innit? Even my boy Balogun, who I'm sure is gonna be on this list. Yeah, he contributed to the Australia's own goal, but he honestly did have a good game. That's just being real.
Have taken notice of,
but people don't look at all of that. Bronx be watching the whole game. I don't just look at the stats and just look at this and that. Nah, bro. I see the real. Next up, we got Hwang In-beom.
He was named man of the match in South Korea's World Cup opener against Czechia after a very sensational performance.
I heard
His
everybody
midfield
talk
play
about
was
him. Yeah, he was going crazy.
So good that he drew comparisons with Vozinha, one of the best midfielders in the world right now.
Shit, he playing better than Vozinha in the World Cup.
Dom had the most touches in that game, controlled the midfield and topped it off with a goal and an assist. Obviously, he was named player of the match after what was one heck of a performance from the midfield maestro, and his name was on the lips of absolutely everyone. He plays his football for Feyenoord, so he's not exactly
I ain't seen him against that Mexico. I ain't seen him in that L3 game against Mexico.
Many were really looking out for ahead of this tournament.
I was looking for him.
Many were also not exactly looking out for
Julian Quinones. Hey, Bronx can firmly say that I was on the Quinones train before anybody. I was on it, aside from L3 boys. Aside from the L3 boys, I've been knowing what Julian Quinones was talking about. He played over there in Club America, my ex-favorite L3 team. Boy, that boy was a dog, and he was really because he was the only black person on the team. I said, oh, he's a black Mexicano. I say, boy, that's a bet. I rock with Julian. Isn't it? Julian Quinones down here over there in Saudi, and he's the second leading goal scorer right there behind.
But he absolutely took the world by storm on the very first day of the competition. Much of the world was looking to Raul Jimenez to score the opening goal of this year's tournament, but it was Quinones who stole the headlines, opening the 2026 World Cup with an absolute banger. And he went further to shut down social media after he pulled off Chabalala's celebration
Actually, it didn't indeed shut down social media because he waited too goddamn long to do the celebration. Boy, if you would have scored that hoe and went to the side and maybe your teammates jumped in, hey, that bid would have been crazy. We still would be talking about that to this day. Woo! But this nigga went to the side, did a weak-ass celebration, jumped around his teammates, just happy to be there, dapping up his coach, hugging everybody. And then right as he was trying to kick the ball back off, then this nigga go do it by himself over there on the sideline. It wasn't even on TV. Shit wasn't even on TV. You had to go on Twitter to find this.
2010. Remember when Siffy went...
Man, hey, let's go ahead and skip this, man, because the impact is not there.
Well, Quinones took this opportunity to take...
Look at the quality. Look at the quality. And bro, I know you Mexico, but you should have had the sense to know where the cameras is at. And you supposed to have this stuff is pre-planned, bro. Where your social media sense at?
Pulling off that same dance in the same fixture, but this time on Mexican soil. And that created a big talking point all over social media. Interestingly, Quinones is actually not a newbie. He just won the Saudi Pro League Golden Boot.
Yeah, so he was number 1.
Goals and beating Ivan Toney and Cristiano Ronaldo to the award. But that one goal on the opening day of the World Cup shot him up into more fame than he had ever had. Another striker who's not a newbie, but has been one of the surprise stars of this World Cup so far is Balogun. He switched allegiance to the United States in 2023.
He's a Brit.
So when
I don't give a damn, Brits. Thank you. Y'all should have had him on the team. I know he's not gonna play over Larry Lane, so he's ours now. You can keep saying, "Oh, he's a Brit." So, all of Americans, all the white people in Americans are Brits technically. In their ancestors, they can trace it back to being a Brit. Like, come on, bro.
Pitch in the USA's opening game against Paraguay, he was making his World Cup debut. Yeah, Fans expected him to have a decent tournament, but he went on to surprise everyone by actually making history.
Yeah, man.
He scored twice in that game, becoming the first American player to score more than one goal in a single World Cup game in 96 years. Yeah, that dates all the way back to the first ever edition of the tournament. He also inspired the USMNT to their first ever 4-goal game in World Cup history. It was a truly historic World Cup debut for the former Arsenal striker.
It's an iconic picture right
Next,
here, bro.
Let's talk about a defender, Nathaniel Brown.
Nathaniel Brown. It's that Brown dude. Yeah, we don't rock with Brown because he ain't choose the USA. He wanted to go over there and play with Germany. Oh, good damn. It might be a sleeper answer, but do you want to be like a part of a generational changing, inspiring team that inspires a sleeping giant in the United States of America with PR 100? Or do you want to go over there and play with Germany and lose? Like, you know what I'm saying? Over here in America, you can win. We in Germany, you can win all you want, but if you don't win that big trophy, nobody cares. In America, bro, you could be a hero if you just get us to the quarterfinals, baby. Brown, you would have been the #1 dude over here.
But in Germany's side, the 23-year-old managed to shine in the nation's opening game against Curaçao. He created 3 chances and left with a goal and an assist.
We hyping up
Curaçao's that game, you would probably have seen exactly why he is currently being chased by Bayern Munich. To play like
Germany barely squeaked out a dub
in the competition's history is truly special.
Ivory
but perhaps
Coast.
he felt quite at home on American soil as he was born to an American father.
Yeah!
Let's now talk about Yasin Ayari.
Your daddy American, baby. Represent your daddy. Just like everybody else on our team. Yasin Ayari.
I haven't heard. He has surely been one of the biggest surprise stars at this World Cup after round 1. Yes, if you are a Premier League fan, you probably know him as he plays his football for Brighton, but would you ever have predicted that he would be in the early race for the World Cup?
Yeah, you can tell this was made after the first round. Oh, wrong one. Because them boys got their ass slimed out by the Netherlands. Oh, wrong one. Slimed out by the Netherlands.
Golden boot. I mean, if you were to predict who would be Sweden's highest goal scorer after round 1 of the World Cup, you would probably have guessed Viktor Gyökeres or Alexander Isak, but Yasin Ayari came from nowhere and absolutely stole the headlines. He played his first ever World Cup game as Sweden took to the pitch to play their tournament opener against Tunisia, and despite playing in the midfield, he managed to bag 2 goals in that game. In addition to that, he created a chance and had 6 defensive contributions. It was a really standout performance from the 22-year-old.
I have seen that dude
But in addition to the stats, the storyline added to his fame. He didn't just score against any team, he scored against a nation that feels like home. Ayari was born to a Tunisian father, which explains why he did not celebrate after he scored the opener despite it being an absolute banger. Yasin Ayari's brace hugely contributed to the Tunisian coach being shown the door after just 1 game at the World Cup. But we can't talk about young midfielders in this World Cup without mentioning Ayoub Batti.
Yeah, this that Ayoub
He made his World
dude.
Cup debut about young midfielders in this World Cup without mentioning Ayoub Batti.
Ayoub Batti.
He made his World Cup debut at the age of 18 against tournament favourites Brazil, and he absolutely lit up the game.
He looked like the actor
60
who played
passes in that
David
game,
on House of
becoming
David.
the 2nd youngest player to complete over 50 passes in a World Cup game in the last 60 years. Born in France, Bouadi only just switched allegiance to Morocco last month, and Moroccans are already...
Bro, the French. Them niggas, the French is such powerhouses. Of course he was born in France.
Very grateful that the Lille man made that decision. Another African player who stole the show in the first round was Caleb Ureeni.
Really?
Just when Ghana thought they were going to have a winless start to the World Cup against Panama, the 20-year-old midfielder came up with a 95th-minute winner to secure all 3 points for the Black Stars.
Damn, they tackled that
On top
man.
of that, he also completed the most dribbles in the game and was heavily involved defensively. Not many knew who he was coming into the tournament, but the youngster really announced himself to the world in style. We'll now wrap up with Yoane Wissa.
Wissa. Hey, I knew Wissa was gonna cook as soon as they was doing the national anthem of DR Congo. You know, everybody would look stern and there. His ass was in there. I'm telling you, he was jigging, he was jamming. That boy said he finna lock in, he entering his flow state, he ain't got nothing to lose, he playing for his country.
Familiar face. If you are a Premier League fan, you probably already know who Wissa is, but going into the nation's first ever World Cup game as DR Congo, nobody really expected much from any Congolese player, especially not against the star-studded Portugal, who are one of the
picture is AI fried to hell. Look at that
favorites of the tournament. But in what was his first ever World Cup game, Wissa put on a proper performance.
Yeah, man.
He held up play well, contributed defensively, and delivered what was DR Congo's first ever World Cup goal and first ever World Cup point. Even when they were at the World Cup in 1974 as Zaire, they failed to score a single goal or secure a single point. So that header from Wissa was history for DR Congo.
So it used to be a country called Zaire.
It was very special. Now, are there more players you would say have been big surprise stars of the World Cup so far? Which player has surprised you the most? Drop their names in the comments.
Hey,
if you enjoyed this video,
drop your names in the comments if they missed anybody. Y'all know what time it is. 10 biggest surprise stars of the 2026 World Cup. Oh, 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 oh. It's been a crazy one. I'm out.